since you mentioned that bodies and the world will be changing for the better, will the day come where the majority of people will be able to live without food, thus saving 2/3 of the farm/agricultural land on Earth which is used for cultivation of agricultural crops and as feed for cattle, meat, beef currently, and so that forests will grow again, and other species will flourish? I am aware that currently few hundred to few thousand people are able to live without food in this world, breatharians. 2. You mentioned that the human body is being created perfectly and in perfect harmony, which is true for all the other million of other species on Earth, from my point of view. Then why do humans destroy billions of plants, trees, and animals on land, sea, and air for its needs, and pollute Earth which no other species other than human beings have done? After a few weeks, I plan to ask another general question on afterlife, reincarnation, life on higher planes and dimensions such as astral, causal, soul planes, scenery, structures, and geography, limitations, and powers and levels of merging with God, choices we have, and oneness, etc. It feels good to support Heaven Letters, which publish a letter from God every day for humanity. God to Prashant. Beloved Prashant, I said that the world already has been changing. Look for the signs for that. The lion is already lying down with the lamb. There is wonderfulness in the world. Look for it. Why do you have to know all these answers? If you had all the answers, what purpose would they serve? Other questions will arise. These questions about the world you ask clearly mean a lot to you and the world at large. These are questions to me from your heart, and they matter more to you perhaps than questions about your individual life. Dear one, these questions are also a diversion from yourself, as if with a snap of your fingers, you can know all the answers. Answers are within you. All the answers are deep within you, yet you do not have to have the answers in words, for one word leads to another. Every question has sub-questions. That is why young children will ask their fathers about the stars. And with the answers, the child then adds another layer of whys, and the questions go on ad infinitum. Questions are infinite. Questions have their merit, and questions continue. Sometimes asking questions is like paring the skin off a pineapple. Each question comes from one angle after another, yet every angle is from the one pineapple you pare. Or, we could say you are a woodchopper. Here is a big tree. You hack here, you hack there. You hack from different angles until the tree is chopped down and falls to the ground. Yet all this time, from the various angles, you are at the end, chopping the same one tree. All the hacking is directed to the same one tree. All your added angles of your questions are angles that come from the same one question, beloved. The answer I gave to you last time, my son Prashant, also addresses your further lists of questions. In the surface of the world you live in, there are lists. In the surface of the world, there are lists of questions to ask. There are plenty of questions. Why questions are not of the importance you hold them in. Look at the whole and not so much at the pieces. In heaven, which is a state of consciousness, there are no lists kept. There are no questions. There are no questions to ask, and there is no separate person to ask the questions and no separateness either to answer the questions. Recall, there is oneness. What I am saying is that your questions, regardless of their specificity, have been asked and answered. Step out of the mire of problems. Get away from propounding problems. Cease dissecting problems. When you delve into the concept of problem, problem is king and questions are queen. You become subservient to problems. You bow down to problems. You honor problems as if they were movie stars. Problems are dramas. Get out of the arena of problems. Problems burden you. Live your life better without the concept of problem. Regarding life on earth, life is short. Get on with your life and live it. Questions are of the mind. The mind has its place, yet questions of the mind are not your playground. They are not your high ground either. Do not let the idea of problems consume you. Stop configuring problems. Don't look for them, for you compound them, which is not at all what you mean to achieve. The answers to problems do not lie in the problems. Elevate yourself. What does it mean when I tell you to lie down in green pastures? It doesn't mean to get riled up. It doesn't mean to wrap difficulties around you like a serape. To lie down in green pastures doesn't mean to count problems. It doesn't mean to start an uprising. Funny, isn't it, the word uprising? It doesn't mean to rise. It means to fight. Get out of the realm of problems. Lie down in green pastures and look at the sky. Look up, for heaven's sakes. The solutions you so desire are not to be found in the problems themselves. Bring more happiness into your life, and you will raise the world. Clearly, this is your intent, to raise the world. The world believes there is no end to problems. The world believes that problems are weeds that crop up without an end in sight. The world believes that problems must be weeded out one by one, and that the world must solve the problems. The world is quick to believe, however, that there is an end to happiness. The world believes there is a quick end to happiness. What a difference it will make when the world reverses its position. Pointing out the ills of the world does not uplift the world. Your role in the world is to uplift. Your role is not to chasten the world. Go higher than the world. Go deeper. Whatever you do, don't be what the world seems to mean when it tells you to be realistic. Questions often include indictments. Questions may carry worth, yet indictments do not. I tell you to get out of the drama, beloved Prashant. Drama agitates. Drama has not brought lasting peace to the world. Hardly. The concept of loving your enemy is not idle. The fact is there are no enemies. The people in the world think so. There are people judged. There are people cast out and not heard. And there are conditions and situations looked at harshly as well. You, everyone, Prashant, will do well to find love in their hearts for life even as it appears to be. Have trust in me. Trust in yourself. Have trust in life. This will make all the difference in the world. Grow flowers. Love to you and all. God. Channeled by Gloria Wendroff. Prashant wrote. Thanks for bringing God's answer. It is now my challenge to move from problems of the world's state of peace and love, irrespective of outside or inside problems on this earth. Could you publish this God answer in Heaven Letters as well? Publishing this God answer will also fulfill my purpose for asking it for the rest of the world and not just for myself.